Okay, welcome to this week where we're going to talk about tourism. And the first thing to mention is the tourism assignment that was completed. And what I found interesting for those that have already completed the assignment is that no one actually used any kind of travel agent. Right? There's so many different sources that we can find ourselves with quick Google searches and a couple of other forums that we're able to find out the information very quickly. And if you think about it, through time, this hasn't always been the case. And so this particular week, I gave this assignment so that you could start thinking about how travel and tourism has changed through the years. The content that you're going to see this week is a series of PowerPoint slides that kind of take you through the eras. And important to note is that when one kind of innovation takes over, it kind of changes the trajectory in the course. But it doesn't change the fact of how important tourism is. And if you don't believe me, I did a quick Google search on the impact of tourism on San Francisco, right? And thinking about it from the perspective that it employs more people than any other industry. For example, more than the financial industry. You also can think about, kind of specifically what it's done since COVID, right? And what an impact that's had. And looking at the city of San Francisco's website, it talks about San Francisco tourism and just how important it is to track that for the tax revenues that the city is able to get, as well as something called the multiplier effect. And the multiplier effect is kind of pictured here, right? There's a little bit more verbiage on it as well. But when someone travels from outside of the area and they come and they, spend money to get here, so that's supporting the airplane industry or rental car industry or things like that. New dollars are injected into the economy. And then, let's say, for example, they stay in a hotel. So they pay the hotel money to stay there. And then that hotel, in turn, is paying a little bit of tax revenue to the city and to the state, as well as they're paying their people. And so this payroll supports the production and services. And then those people have money to then be able to spend money on items that they need, typically in the same market, right? In other kind of avenues, maybe it's the ability to go to a movie or to be able to spend on some goods and services. And so you can see that multiplier effect really does benefit so many in the community. And it's highlighted here with the verbiage that I just shared. So when thinking about tourism this week, we're going to kind of get into some of the reasons why people travel and how important it is to the economy. The other kind of factor that we want to think about is who promotes tourism. And I have some videos that I'll show you this week that really highlight some of those efforts. And then, I think the city of San Francisco has specifically tried to do some of their own promotions as well to really drive tourism back to San Francisco after the impact of COVID and some of the other notable things that might be causing people to not want to hold their meetings or travel to San Francisco. So I hope you look at the material this week with that lens of why tourism is so important. And I wish you a good week ahead. Thank you.